What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, let's take a look at the Legends Once Upon a Time cards that are going to be coming, or not the new cards that are going to be coming, but the cards that we currently have in the game. What are their prices like? And let's say you really do want Desean Jackson. Should you pick up cards now or later? As we do dive into that, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, make sure you do smash that subscribe button. Really do appreciate all of the recent support on the channel. So for a guy like myself, I don't really want to lock in this Desean Jackson set. However, I've got a lot of these different Legends cards. Some I'm using, some I really don't need. Should I hold on to these cards? Do I think they're going to go up? Should I sell these cards? Do I think they're going to go down? That's kind of the question at hand right here, right now. And to be completely honest with you guys, nobody really knows. Nobody really knows, because in Season 1, when the Legends came out, or the lock-in came available, everybody was locking in the set. But that's because you could lock in the set and then sell all of your cards back. This season, you can't do that. You can't lock in cards this season and then proceed to sell them. You can't. It just does not work like that. And so it brings up an interesting question. If you have Legends cards, should you sell them today, or should you hold on to them until tomorrow? Again, right now, it's just kind of an interesting proposition, because how many people are going to be locking in for Desean Jackson? I don't think nearly as many that locked in for Tim Tebow, especially knowing that you are not going to get those coins back. But are these prices where you want? That's, I guess, where I'd really, ask, right? Like, are these guys worth selling for the price they're currently at? For example, is Warren Sapp worth selling for 88,000 coins? Is Staubach worth selling for 50? Is Ricky Williams worth selling for 50? Or should you hold on to them and hope their prices go up? Ed Reed, CJ Spiller, both right now are insanely expensive, but both the cards are the best cards at their respective positions anyways. But their prices are insane. Like CJ Spiller, I got for 200,000 a week ago. He's now 277. And so it's just kind of this weird situation. It's kind of this weird dynamic of, do you want to buy cards? Do you want to sell cards? And honestly, I don't think there's a right answer. I've told you guys this for weeks. I genuinely don't know if it is worth you guys buying or selling cards. To be honest with you, I think for me, it'd be more worth it to sell these cards rather than hold on to them. However, how much lower can Staubach really go? I don't think that much lower, right? He's an 88 overall. He's selling for 50,000 coins. Same thing with Ricky Williams. Those cards cannot hardly go any lower if they can go lower. And so that's another side of it where I'm like, I'm not worried about selling those cards because they can't go any lower in price. The only thing that they can really do is rise. Meanwhile, like a not a Ricky Williams, meanwhile, like a CJ Spiller, meanwhile, like a Ed Reed, those are the guys that can kind of fluctuate in price. With the homecoming drop, guys, there are plenty of these guys that you can pick up that can fill kind of the void of some of those other cards. So, like a Jalen Stroman for 309. Again, he's really good. Is he worth picking up over Ed Reed? I don't know. He's just as expensive. And so that's really makes some things tough. But again, you could pick him up and run him instead. Even a guy, again, if you kind of want to swap different players out. Let's say you want to sell CJ Spiller. Well, that's kind of a tough proposition right now because he is one of your best running backs in the game. And so that's kind of the difficult part is, for example, for me, I'll probably hold on to Ed Reed and CJ Spiller because, number one, I don't know if their prices are going to go down a ton. Number two, I don't know if there's a running back to CJ Spiller's level that I'd be okay, like, downgrading to. Like, that's just kind of where I'm at right now with where the market is. So, again, the market for these lower overall probably will continue to go down. Like the 88 CJ Spiller will go down a little. Again, there's a kind of a max on how low they can go. But I do think they will slowly go down. So that is something, again, to kind of keep an eye on. But if a card is an 88 overall and you can get them for like 51,000 coins, I really don't think it's risky at all. Like even for this card right here, this homecoming card in Clayton Smith. I like Clayton Smith. I don't know how much I like this card, but I like him. And again, I don't think it's risky at all to pick the card up for 51,000 coins because he can't go any lower than like the 40,000 mark or 40. I think it's 47,000 mark. So that's kind of my proposition for you guys. If you do have any of these Legends cards, even Staubach, I'd hold on to Staubach. I'd hold on to Ricky Williams just because the potential for them to go up is there. And they're, you're not losing anything by not selling him today. As far as, some of the other cards, if you have Ed Reed, again, he's the best free safety in the game, so it's tough for me to tell you guys to hold on to him. However, I don't know if it's the right decision to hold on to him when Malachi Starks is as cheap as he is. I mean, $250 is a lot of coins at this stage of the game. When Malachi Starks is as cheap as he is, it's hard for me to tell you guys not to pick up the card. So I don't know ultimately what the right decision here is. For me, I'll probably hold on to these cards, most of them. I might sell, I got 2 Warren Sapps. I might sell one of my Warren Sapps, kind of play in that middle range right there. But I don't know what the right situation, what the right thing to do here is. I don't think Warren Sapp would be $88,000 if it weren't for the fact that Legend sets are coming tomorrow. However, for me, the defensive tackle I really want is Zach Swanson. And so again, it's kind of that difficult situation of you got to really prioritize what cards you pick up today. And some of these homecoming cards are even more expensive than they were yesterday. And so those cards aren't cheap either. It's kind of a high market right now at the end of the day. And so that's just another thing. It's kind of keep in the back of your minds like, yes, you do want to eventually upgrade your squad. Maybe add some of these homecoming cards to your collection. But with the prices of the homecoming cards right now, it's another reason for me not even to worry about selling CJ Spiller or even Ed Reed. Like these all 90-91 overalls are insanely expensive, even from the new homecoming drop. Like these cards are pretty ridiculous in price. So that's where I'm at with the drop. I probably will add some of these cards eventually, at least to my collection. But the cards and their prices are not on our side right now, as far as some of the new homecoming cards. Now again, as far as the Legends Once Upon a Time set, is it worth buying some of those cards? Well, I wouldn't buy, I wouldn't sell. I would just stand pat, honestly, with the Legends Once Upon a Time, because nobody really knows what is going to happen. And I think that's kind of a difficult thing for people to know and realize, but really nobody knows. Nobody has any idea what is going to happen with the market. And so I mean, I'd be a fool to tell you guys, well, yeah, you guys should, sell your cards right now because they're high. And then guess what? They could go up a ton this weekend. And I also don't want to tell you guys that, oh yeah, buy all these cards, invest in all these cards when I don't know, because it is, a non-returnable, like you're not going to get any return on the card you put into that. I don't know how many people truly are going to be locking in that set. So it is kind of a difficult situation right now in the game. I don't know what the right thing is to necessarily do. One thing I will say though is this. Right now the market is insanely high. And I feel like, especially with the homecoming cards, they're pretty rare right now. And so, I don't know. Obviously, even for Romello Height, there's a ton for 121. That's the cheapest he's going to get. Same thing with Moranguez. Even this LTD Jamar Chase is relatively cheap at 400,000 coins. I don't know. The market, to me, it's just something I don't understand right now. The market makes absolutely no sense. But it's where it's at. And so, I guess, with the market being so low, maybe, just maybe, you go and sell some of your cards. Like I said, I've got 2 of these Warren Sapp cards. Maybe I'll sell one of them. But at the end of the day, I like their potential to go up higher. I like their potential because I feel like, especially right away when that set comes out Sunday, people are going to be fiending for these Legends cards, saying, oh, how do I lock this set in? How do I get Desean Jackson the best receiver in the game? And they'll pay whatever price they have to. And so that's the side of me that's like, you know what? Maybe I'll test the waters. Maybe I'll hold on to some of these cards and see what happens. Again, I don't recommend buying them, especially with Ricky Williams and Staubach. I definitely would hold on to those cards. I definitely would. So that's where I'm at with the Legends drop. We don't really know what the market is going to do, but I do like the potential of it to actually go up for these cards for just a little bit, not a long time, but for that first hour or 2 after he drops. The market could be relatively high for these Legends cards. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.